Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, Sell Rules, week number 34. I'm sharing my stock journey as I practice and develop my sell rules. This isn't an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I've bought, nor is it an endorsement to purchase stocks in general. You always want to keep the market direction in mind when you're thinking about investing. So the market is now in a confirmed uptrend according to the IBD, which I read. You can check it out on investors.com. And it says that when the market's in a confirmed uptrend, this is an okay time to buy. I did sell one stock this week. It triggered my sell rule if it falls below 8%, below the purchase price that you need to sell. So I sold IIPR. Here's a look at the chart. The dash green line shows where I purchased it, and the dash red line's where I sold it, and underneath that dash red is a solid yellow line, which is my floor. So if the stock hits that floor point, then I sell. I did lose 8% in this stock, and I held it for 6 days. You can see that it's come back a little, but not to my purchase price. I did make one purchase this week, CDXS, which I found on the new high list. And this stock is screaming. I've just held it for 2 days and it's up 6%. This is showing on the left-hand side my current holdings by dollar value, week over week, and on the right-hand side is showing you the weekly change by percentage. And I sort these by the lowest value on the top. The theory behind it, if I take care of my losers, my winners will take care of myself. So if we look on the right-hand side, the 3 stocks that I'm most concerned about are Yeti, Ulta, and ABR. And I'm a little concerned about CCEP. Down at the bottom, I'm showing that last week I was also concerned about Ulta and ABR as well. Arbor Realty Trust, I've held it for 13 days and it's down 4%, and I think it's time to dump this stock. Ulta, I've held for 13 days and it's down 5.5%, and it does have earnings coming up next week, so I think I need to sell this stock since I don't have a cushion in earnings. That's not one of my sell rules, but it is one that is strongly recommended by some folks at the IBD meetup. And Yeti is the third stock that I'm concerned about. I've held this 9 days and it's down 3.7%. Earnings came out on November 29th, and number one is showing you the date, the open, high, low, and close. It opened high and then it just dropped, and you can see there's almost a 30% price fluctuation on that day. Number two is showing you that price action bar. Number three is showing you that the volume was over 6 million shares when it had typically been 1.5, or the average was there. And number four is showing you that bar that's just the big red bar that's showing you how high the volume was for that day. I still own this stock, but I am keeping an eye on it to see if it recovers or drops. This next grouping of stocks is doing okay, but not great given that the market's going up. So I just want to raise my 8% loss limit. I'm going to raise it up to a point where I think that the stock should not be dropping below. So for this one, it's going to be right around its 25-day simple moving average at 46.56, and you can see that with the dash yellow line. Cold, I've held this for 6 days and it's down just about 0.6%. I am going to raise that floor where that dash yellow line is, so I'm not going to wait for this to take an 8% loss. And this stock also had a big volume spike on Friday. VRSK, I've held this for 22 days and it's up 5%, but it's pretty choppy. It has big price swings for the day, and it has a mix of up days and down days. It's not very consistent. It's also taking a long time to move through the 5% pivot range. I'm thinking of moving my floor up to that dash yellow line where the number 2 is. It's basically at the 50-day moving average. And I think if the stock drops below that, that I'm going to consider this a failed breakout and hopefully not take a loss. Sell it before it drops below my purchase price. Starbucks is pretty much going sideways since I bought it 19 days ago. It did go up at the beginning 2.5%, but it's pretty much going sideways now. It is still above its 20-day exponential moving average, but I'm going to go ahead and raise my floor up to my purchase price. So if the stock does go down, I don't take a loss on it. Glacier Bancorp, I've owned this stock for 11 days and it's up 2%. I am going to raise my floor up to just about the 50-day moving average. This stock has moved above that and I don't expect it to fall back down, but if it does, it will automatically trigger a sell. Omnicell, I've held this for 22 days and it's up 9%. Helen of Troy, I've held this stock for 9 days and it's up 3.8%. One of the things that Amy talked about at the joint IBD meetup was the personality of a stock. So to me, the personality of this stock is that it likes living above the 5-day simple moving average, and it hasn't dropped down. Maybe once it's dropped down to the 10-day simple moving average. So I'm going to keep an eye on this stock and see if it keeps moving in that trend, but this is one of the chart patterns that I really like. My current holdings, each bar represents a week and it shows the price. The symbols that I highlighted in red are the 3 symbols that I'm most concerned about, and then the one in yellow I also wanted to keep an eye on because that's basically just flat for 3 weeks in a row. But you can see Omnicell, OMCL in the middle of the chart has a nice increase in price. It's up about 9% in those 5 weeks. GBCI is also moving nicely up. And the one that you really don't see too much of it is the CDXS. It's the orange bar next to the red. I just have 1 week of that, but it's up 6% already in the first week that I've held that. I've actually held it 2 days. The benchmark is showing that I'm basically flat from last week to this week. I'm down about $120. I need to get rid of some of my losers if I'm going to see this portfolio go up. My sector breakdown shows that I added some medical and I reduced the real estate position. And here's the industry breakdown. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel.